Hello, everyone. Hi, and welcome to another very special episode of our Amachita Katha live channel. Today is another very important day because book launches are very special to us. A book launch is in our family, in the ACK family, is celebrating the birth of a new baby, a new child, a new title in our portfolio, in our ever growing portfolio and catalog. So today is a very special book, especially for me, because the book is called Valiant Women, and I'm always a big supporter of books which champion women's causes in India and prove as inspiration for the new generation. So this is really a very special book, Valiant Women. It covers the story. It's a collection of short stories of six freedom fighters, women freedom fighters, who are lesser known, not so well known, but their stories definitely need to be shared and need to be told. So, joining me on screen is, of course, our legendary executive editor of Amachitra Kathas, Reena Puri. Reena, congratulations on yet another book launch.
Thank you so much, Preeti. It's always so exciting to launch a fresh book, a new book, and I'm so excited, and so is the entire team.
Absolutely. So, before we welcome our chief guest on, tell us a little bit more about the book.
Yes, so this is a book that we have done on the lesser known freedom fighters of India, and these are all women freedom fighters, and not much is known about them. Just a few have been named, like let's say Sarojini Naidu is known as the Nightingale of India, but there are names which we've never heard of, which we've never heard of in school, in our history books, and we want to bring these names and these stories to the children. So that is why it's a very special book, and we really hope that it will do well, and all the children in our country are going to read it and know so much more about our freedom struggle.
Excellent. So, I think it's time to invite our chief guest in. Before I invite her in, I must read out a little bit about her. Honestly, when our marketing manager Damini said that she wanted to invite this person, I said, "Wow, that's a really long shot. I don't think she'll ever agree. She's such a busy person." She said, "No, but Preeti, we have to try." And I said, "Absolutely," because I mean, there could not be a better name that exemplifies valiant and brave, for today's
Absolutely.
generation of Indians.
Yes.
So, would anyone like to guess, any of our audience watching, who this person could be? I'm sure you've seen the creatives, so no
Yes, I
prizes
think
for guessing.
so.
But yes, it is Kiran Bedi. Kiran Bedi has been India's first and highest ranking officer who joined the IPS in 1972. Her expertise includes more than 35 years of creative and reformative policing and prison management. She has worked with the United Nations in New York as a police advisor to the Secretary General in the Department of Peacekeeping Operations. She represented India in various international forums on crime prevention, drug abuse, prison reforms, and women's issues. She holds a law, a master's, a doctorate degree, and I did not. She's a Nehru Fellow, which is postdoctoral. I did not know this, but she's also a national and Asian tennis champion. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
amazing,
she has
amazing.
addressed audiences at American, British, European, Indian universities, corporate, and civil society groups. She is a prestigious recipient of the Magsaysay Award, which is known as the Asian Nobel Prize, right? And several other national and international awards. She's an author of many books. She has her own shows. There's a movie been made on her. I mean, it's the profile page itself is so long. I'm sure we can just talk about her accomplishments for the whole hour. So without further ado, let's get Kiran Bedi ma'am on screen. She has also been voted as India's most admired and most
Hello.
trusted woman. Ma'am, thank you for joining us.
Namaskar. Thank you so
And
much.
our greatest honor and pleasure and pride to have you launch this special book for us today.
Thank you so much, Preeti. Rina, it's such a joy, it's
Yes,
an honor done to me to be making me part of this program.
Okay.
we're so
Uh,
proud to have you with us. It's really an honor, Kiranji. Thank you so
So
much.
grateful.
so I think should we first launch the book officially and then we can do our little gupshup?
Yes,
As
yes,
you
sure.
wish, as you wish. Go ahead.
Do we have a little video? Ma'am, you have your copy with you?
I have not one. I have two.
Oh, super.
Oh,
Okay, so let's all hold our copies up and
copies up.
uh,
Here
yeah,
it
this is
is.
what happened. This is how book launches happen, right, in the virtual world. So yes, we
What?
all hold up our copies and welcome to a new book in our portfolio, in our catalog. Welcome to this. Welcome to the world, new little baby, and
Yes.
in very very auspicious and lucky hands of Kiran Bedi, ma'am. This book is going to really do very well. I'm sure it's going to fly. Yes, the first page itself is also beautiful. I'd like to
I
hold that
want
up.
the I want the people who are behind the book to be known. Author Nandini Nair and Surekha,
Yes.
published by Amar Chitra Katha, of course. And then, my God, those people who've done the remarkable work are you people, Sanjaya Maikar, who's the cover. I know
Yes.
because I know what it means. This is the backbone of every book. So I think it's
Absolutely.
excellent.
Ma'am, if
These
you
are
see the first page, you will see the contents page because each of the seven stories has a different artist.
Yes.
Yes, the artists are brilliant. I've seen that. That's why I kept asking Sanjaya that she's done it so many times. Surekha, script,
So they,
Surekha, Nandini Nair, script, because scripting is pretty tough. You compressed it so much in few pages. It's not an ordinary work.
there's a lot of research that goes in, ma'am. A lot of
The
research
Nandini
that goes in.
Nair, every time Nandini Nair, she's done scripting for Kanak Lata and she's done
Yes.
it for Aruna Asaf. And Surekha has also done it twice over.
And then,
She's
of
done
course,
it for Isha.
all the artists. So Dilip Kadam, Rajiv Das, Arijit Datta Chaudhary, Vineet Nair, Harsho Mohan Chaturaj, Arijit Datta again, and Harsho Mohan again. So really, and of course, our very own Vineet has done one of the stories. Vineet is one of our artists who works on Tinkle as well. So heartiest congratulations to all the artists and to the writers. Yes, indeed, ma'am, you're so right that putting it looks like a small book, but it takes about 1.5, 2 years to actually put a book like this together from start to finish. There's just so much work that goes into. They say it's really hard to be simple, right? It's important to be simple, but it's really difficult to be simple, and that's the beauty of Ramachitra Katha.
That's the point. I couldn't put it down this morning. When I started to read it, I changed my whole morning program because I couldn't put it down. It was
Best
so
move.
inspirational. It made me teary eyed. It made me teary eyed to see those girls opening schools at the age of 14. Some of these brave girls who started a school at the age of 14, started school for others.
Yes.
It is
Yes.
amazing. So it's a eye opener for many. So I looked at it from that point. It's very inspirational for my age group also.
Well, we hope it will reach everyone, ma'am. Like from children to adults. I hope everybody gets to read it and gets to know about these women because they're remarkable women. They've given up their lives, whether in one way or the other, for the country, and they need to be known. They need to be known.
They put their life at stake. It didn't bother to them that they might just get killed. They said, "Huh, हमको
Chalega.
आजादी चाहिए, जान ले लो, आजादी चाहिए." And I think the kind of impact Mahatma Gandhi and many other freedom seniors were leaving. I think it's more and you're almost telling the story of freedom movement through them, the Rani
And
Jhansi and others.
if you look
Yes,
at
yes.
Kanakata Barua, only 17 years old when she lost her life and she was part of the death squad, right? The Nutya Vahini, ready to give up your life at a very tender age, and it just really makes your hair stand on end. I got goosebumps as I read her story as well, and which is Rina, which was one of your favorite stories in the book.
I think all of them are my favorites, and I like
There is
Usha
no less
Mehta.
favorite.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah,
There's
yeah. Usha Mehta is very interesting because of the radio she ran, underground radio, and how they got messages across. Even though it didn't last very long, but it was a very crucial part of the freedom struggle. And people like Sucheta Kriplani and all who were unknown faces, and Aruna Asaf Ali. She hoisted the flag at Azad Maidan during the Quit India movement. So these are all, amazing stories. Each one of them is my favorite.
So, ma'am, I have a question for you. That how do you? What is the message from you to young girls today? What are the some of the inspirations you would like them to get from these seven stories?
These have to be read. These have to be read by the schools and teachers and parents. This is meant for teachers. it's meant for children, and it's meant for parents. And it's, of course, meant for general community. But three people have to grandparents. In fact, and it's very easy read, and it's visual at the same time. It's like a stationary documentary in your hand.
Yes. Yes.
It's a speaking and a seeing documentary, and you can read the
Absolutely.
word. So it's a
Yes.
3 in 1. And I would say that it's fit into your the new education policy, where, and the best part is that today All India Radio, Mondays and Tuesdays, is all this Swatantrata Divas ka 75 years mana rahe. And they're
Right.
talking about freedom, and they're talking about women. They're highlighting women. So this is a great book immediately to be sent also to them,
We'll do
Okay.
that.
Okay.
because this can be
Definitely.
used for the All India Radio quiz programs. They're doing
Right.
All India Radio quiz.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So
Thank
this
you.
is very
Thank you for
useful
telling
for
us.
teachers. Yeah.
That's
And
great.
I'm going to make this into a Preeti. I'm going to make this into my Friday book reading program. I'm going to give it to those children, and they will constantly, because every time there's a new set of six children. I'm
Okay.
going to make this as a part of my book reading, because every time six of them will read this book, and I hope it's available on Kindle.
Yes, yes,
It
of course
it
it
is.
is. It
So
is. In fact,
I've already going to make it possible. And if you want to be, that the winner of the quiz can be gifted a courier book from Amar Chitra Katha. You can courier the book to the winner.
more than that, ma'am, what we can give the winner is actually a complimentary access to our app. We have Amachitak app, which they can on which they can read all 400 of our comics.
I think
So we
that's the
can,
best.
yes, so
Okay.
we can give them a 6 month access complimentary, so they can have their fill and read all the comics.
Super. I think that's what an award. Now, what you do is give me a piece of writing. Ask Damini to send me a little piece. I'll
Sure,
announce it as a part of my every week, that the winner of the quiz of this freedom movement will be given this app by Amar Chitrakatha.
wonderful. We will do that.
No,
We will do
and they
that.
will start reading. This is
Right.
so inspirational. No amount of teaching and preaching. This is the way to instill patriotism and gratitude for those who laid down their life for us, and at what cost we've all got our freedom. We all forget, take it for granted. But
We
only
take
when
it
you
for
read
granted.
such things, you really realize how lay people laid down their lives for us, and we've forgotten.
Yes. Yes.
And the girls
That's,
in particular, young girls, women, householders, they were all householders. And the
yes.
girls were
Absolutely.
being held back by the parents. But parents played a role. Somewhere the father played a role, somewhere the mother
Yes.
played a role,
Yes.
somewhere the uncle played a role. But they've had somebody playing a role.
And just to tell you that we are going to continue, there are lots more, there are many more women who we need to highlight. We'll have more stories. We'll have a second collection. So there will be more stories about them.
You can serialize it, one, two, three, four, because it's never ending.
Yeah,
Serialize
that's
it.
true.
I mean, there are just so many amazing, inspiring people who have given up their lives, and that's the foundation on which we stand today. As very proud citizens, and we are very free. We are free citizens of the world's largest democracy. We take it for granted. We do not. We never think about the liberties that we enjoy. It's a foundation of what these people left behind for us. So it's really important to celebrate their stories and to keep reminding ourselves. And these are unknown stories. So while the history books cover the standard, 25, 26 freedom fighters, all these stories are equally important. And we feel that it's Amachita Katha, it's our mission to make sure these stories are also
You can
told.
even have a series state-wise, the Assamese, the Punjabis, the ones from Haryana, and others. You
Yeah.
know what? Then that will become state-owned. You can research girls from Punjab, or women from Punjab, women from Haryana, women from Assam. So then the Northeast will own it. So at least they become heroes of the Northeast.
Yes. Yes. We do have a few of them, but not like this. We haven't divided them into states, basically, but we will do it.
It's good
Yes,
to have
that's good.
national like
Yeah.
this, but also go regional. Then the state ownership, because this is what radio is doing. Because when I listen to the morning news at 8 o'clock and they give this
Yeah.
program, I realize somebody from Amritsar. I didn't even know somebody from Amritsar was a freedom fighter of that kind. Go ahead.
So, no, I was just wondering, ma'am, you've been the country's first, woman police officer. You must have had some valiant woman behind you, or somebody you looked up to. Who was the brave woman in your life as such? I mean, all of us have some inspiration. It could be a mother, it could be a figure somewhere. Who was it for you?
For me, there were two heroes. One was Billie Jean King, who was the
Okay.
Wimbledon tennis champion.
Yes, yes,
So I
yes.
used to follow her. Billie Jean
Okay.
was my role model, and lovely skirts, and she was a volleyer. So tennis, she was the hero, and in services, Sarla Grewal was a hero. She was a collector in Himachal, and she was
Okay.
probably one of the first ones, female collector in the district. And my father used to say, "Dekho Sarla Grewal, she's running the
Uh-huh.
whole administration." So for me, public administration was attracting me.
Yes. Okay. Okay. All
But
right.
these books were not taught in our schools. Had they
No.
been taught like this, Amar Chitra Kathas were my own personal favorites. I used to read them on my own, but they were not part of the school curriculum. I
Right.
think that's what we need to make these now as
Absolutely.
readings by the students given by the teachers.
You're so right, man. In fact, that was my would be my next question. And 40, 50 years back when Uncle Pai started the company, that time comics were looked upon very frivolously. कि पढ़ाई करोगे तो उसके बाद में comic पढ़ लेना, as a reward almost. It was never taken, it was never given that
Seriously.
serious
Yeah.
place. But the fact is that today, all of us in our generation, whatever we remember of Indian history and we know, it is thanks to Amachitra Katha. I remember the ACK version of it. I don't remember my textbook at all. But now with the new education policy, where there is so much of emphasis on the visual, on application, on actually assimilating the knowledge and not just remembering it, I think Amrita Katha now needs to take that larger space in the education and in the curriculum. So I'm so
Yes.
glad you pointed that out, and I'm really happy that we have your blessings in that manner
No, I'll
on
do my best to promote it. I liked it because this is a worthwhile inspiration to be instilled into the youth.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Thank you
much,
so
man.
much. Thanks so
Thank you so much for joining us. It's indeed an honor and a pleasure for us. And like I
Absolutely.
said, the book has been inaugurated in very, very auspicious hands at your hands. So we are sure this one is really going to fly.
It's
So
truly dear to me. It's dear to all of us. I've been circulating it all over, but as I said, it will become a Friday book show every week. This will get revived now.
That's
right.
wonderful. That's all we need. Thank you so much.
That's all we
Thank you
need.
so
Thank
much.
you so much. Take care. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Wow, that was lovely. I
Awesome.
feel this little boost of confidence now
I
that we are
know.
definitely on the right track, and
Yeah.
it is really an amazing book.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. So, what's on next in the? I think we have a lot of things lined up for our
We do.
viewers.
We have a really interesting lineup. There's a little quiz happening and a lot of different activities. While that happens, Reena, any special anecdote while making the book that you would like to share?
Well, actually the writers themselves were so enthusiastic. I had given them about quite a few names to choose from, and they sort of picked the ones that they liked the most, and they went about doing the research. And like every day there would be new things that would come up about these women, and then putting it together, and then of course getting the art. The whole thing, the whole process is like an adventure. And for us, it was a very new, like we had not really done freedom fighters except for Sardar Patel, maybe in the latter half
That's right.
after
Hmm.
we sort of revived. And for us, it was really something new and something exciting, and the whole team was in it. And we lived every story literally, and it came out a little slow because there was so much to research, so many things to draw and look after in the art part of it and all. But in the end, it's come out well, and I'm so happy with it. I mean, nothing in
Right.
particular, but the whole journey has been good.
Has been great. So, Reena, I think it's also because it's Teachers' Day, so I think we should make way for the next part
Yes,
of the
absolutely.
program. So it
Yes.
was, as always, lovely to chat with you on all the different forums possible. Congratulations on another book, and I'm
Thank
going to
you.
invite Pratik and Sanjana to take over and continue
Absolutely.
with the fun activities planned for the Teachers' Day
Thank
as
you,
well.
Preeti. Thank you so much for being
Thank
with us.
you. Take
Thank you.
care. Bye.
Bye bye.
Yes,
And
we are
my
here. We have amazing stories and questions for everyone. And get used to it, guys. We are going to be having lots of prizes. Valiant Women of India. Yes, the physical copy of the book has been launched, right? So go out there, get your copy. Also, you can read it on the app and also own it in physical. It's a great book, right?
And something exciting that happens is that the first few copies that are going out will have these really special bookmarks in them. And so
Yes.
all 7 women, so you can collect them. And yeah, this is Kanaklata Barua, if you didn't know. And yeah, there
Yeah,
are.
I have the same one. Yeah, I have the
Oh,
same
yeah,
one.
is it?
There we go.
All right.
All
Okay.
right, so there are others as well, right? So you might get this thing. So you can go to ack.com and excuse me, and you can buy the book from there. And you'll for the first few, you will also get a bookmark. Great. So today is loaded, right? Well, today's event is loaded. Of course, the main crux of our event, of course, is the Valiant Women of India's launch, right? So it's the launching of the new book, and for those of you all who have just joined us, right? I would I would deeply implore you all to, once we are done today, to go back and watch the first segment, because Preeti and Reena, right, from Amar Katha, have had a great conversation with Dr. Kiran Bedi. Yes, that Kiran Bedi, yes, right.
Yes.
So that Dr. Kiran Bedi about the Valiant Women book, and she's a fan, right? And they were talking about who are the valiant women in their lives, and how it has a significance in our lives, right? So please go back and watch that segment. It is really inspiring. It is it's something new to learn, right? And yeah, it's a great conversation. So that was a big part, right?
Yeah.
Sanjana, what's the second thing?
Now, what's the second part is that now what is tomorrow? Any guesses in
Tomorrow
the audience?
Sunday.
Always Sunday.
Sunday,
But
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
what is it also? No guess.
It is also Teachers' Day,
Yes,
as
it is
Preeti
Teachers'
mentioned
Day.
just before she left.
Yeah, so it is Teachers' Day, and we have a very special quiz segment, because since both of us are here, we have to quiz. So
Yeah.
essentially, और क्या करेंगे? So
और
let's
क्या करेंगे?
so let us so essentially we are going to be doing this really special teachers quiz. We have teachers from different schools joining us, and they are going to be answering. It is our chance to quiz them.
Yes.
This is like the opposite of school, but I'm very excited to ask teachers questions. And we are going to call them on one by one. We'll introduce them right after the
Yes.
teachers quiz. Do not go away. Please try and help them. Right after the teachers quiz, we have a quiz for the audience. So
Yes, we have an audience quiz on CrowdPer, right? So keep your phone and devices ready after the teachers'
this
quiz.
is up for grabs. You guys not only and there are 10 people who will win. Only one person will win a physical copy, and there are other things that you can win. But please stick around for the quiz. The quiz for the audience is going to be about these women, and we are going to ask the teachers about the freedom struggle and India in general. So let us start. I will start by introducing our first teacher.
Go for it.
So yeah, all right. So our first teacher is. Would you like to start?
Sure. I know it happens to all of us, even though it's been many years since we've been out of school. When we talk to teachers and principals, the inner student comes out from ourselves. Yes. So our first teacher is Miss Padma Rao from Mena Devi Bajaj International School in Mumbai. Miss Padma Rao is she's the middle school and IGCSE coordinator and the exam officer. She teaches economics, and she just loves teaching, and of course reading fiction books, right? So I'm going to get Miss Padma Rao, ma'am, on screen. Ma'am, are you there?
Yes. Hello.
Hi, ma'am.
Yes. Hi, ma'am. There we can see you. Hi, ma'am. Welcome to the quiz. Right. Thank you so much for joining us, and happy Teachers' Day in advance. Well, to me, Teachers' Day as a singular day is great. right? But every day is Teachers' Day, right? Teachers have the most profound impact on our lives. So thank you so much for that. All right, our next teacher, right? Our next teacher is Mrs. Sinjini Day, right, from Sun City School in Gurgaon, right? She is interested in international relations, and her area of specialization is West Asia, Middle East, and Africa. And I would like to get Miss Sinjini Day on screen with us. Hi, Sinjini ma'am. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. We can't hear you a little bit. Your voice is a little soft, right?
Yeah, just try and
No,
fix
no. Still, we're not being able to hear you, right? That's okay. I'm going to invite the other two teachers on screen, and we will be.
I'll let me just introduce the okay. So our next teacher is from Sri Ram Millennium School in Noida, Nibedita Mukherjee Sanyal. She teaches history and political science to class 9th to 12th, and she's been teaching for 17 years. She's passionate about drama, music, and art, and is always keen to learn and discover new dimensions of teaching and learning. So please welcome Nibedita Mukherjee Sanyal. Welcome, ma'am. Thank you so
Namaste,
much
ma'am.
for joining us for this special teachers special quiz. Our next teacher is also from Sri Ram Millennium School from Faridabad. She is Bincy Thomas, history as part of social studies in class till class 10th, and she's been teaching for 23 years, and in these years has taught almost all classes from first standard to 10th standard. Wow. And she's also passionate about fitness. So can we bring her on?
Namaste, everyone.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us. Pratik, do you want to tell us why we have two teachers from Sri Ram Millennium School? Because
Yes,
that's exciting.
I do. There is something really exciting which is coming up. This is one of the first times that we are collaborating with a school to do an Amar Chitra Katha festival. So Amar Chitra Katha and Sri Ram Millennium School are collaborating to do an Amar Chitra Katha festival at the Sri Ram Millennium School branches. I mean, well, it's happening online, right? So that is going to be happening. Sanjana, can you take us through a few of the things that are going to be happening?
Yeah, so this is being celebrated during their book and poetry week, and we have exciting activities like cosplay and storytelling and a masterclass with Savio Mascarenhas and a book fair and a quiz. There are so many exciting things over 5 days that are going to happen for all the students of Sri Ram
Yeah.
Millennium School. So yeah, this is happening on the 20th, and we are very excited about that. So thank you
From
so
the
much.
20th to the 24th.
Yes, from the 20th to the 24th, and
Yes.
yeah. All right, so let us now start with the quizzing. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready to
I'll just see if ma'am is here. Pandana ma'am is here. Excellent.
Great. All right, so this is how it will be played. We will ask you a question. Then you all can discuss with each other. We are not pitting you against each other. You can discuss with each other and give us one answer. If you all disagree with each other, then we'll take two answers and tell you who is right. But we'll ask you the question, and you can talk to each other and say, I think this is right and stuff, and give us one answer. All right, are you all ready? All the questions are either about India or from the freedom struggle specifically. Okay, great. So our first question, you will also see the question on your screen.
Yes.
I will read out the first question. So let us see if you all know the answer.
And y'all can use the if y'all don't know the answers, which I doubt y'all will not know. Y'all will know most of the answers. If y'all do not know the answers, guys and girls in the audience, please help the teachers out. Right, y'all can put your answers in the comments on Facebook or on YouTube, and well, y'all can help the teachers out. They have taught us for so many years. Maybe you can help them out with the more difficult questions.
Yeah, and there are some fans in the audience. Somebody very excited to see Bincy ma'am. So some students, and so so happy to see the teachers here. So there are people cheering you on from the audience. So, all right, let's go. Our first question, very, very, very easy. Let's go.
Our first question is very simple question, right? Especially for those who have been teaching social studies. And even if you've not taught social studies, I'm hoping you will know this answer. The question is, who was the first president of independent India?
Dr. Rajendra Prasad.
All right.
Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Does everyone concur with this?
Yes, thumbs up.
Yes.
All right.
And yes, everyone concurs with this, and that is absolutely correct. Well done. I'm going to give you a round of applause. And just as you gave the answer, something that happens in every quiz, since we've started quizzing online, Sanjana's light has gone, right? So that is now you see Sanjana in dark mode. All right. So Sanjana, are we moving on to the second question?
Yes, let's
Can you
move on
read?
to the second question. And yeah, let's do
Okay.
the second. Okay.
Second question on screen.
Name the freedom fighters who were arrested for bombing the Central Legislative Assembly. There were two of them. One is very famous. One.
Bhagat
yeah.
Singh,
Bhagat
Rajguru,
Singh,
and Sukhdev.
Rajguru.
So
Sukhdev.
Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, Sukhdev were all in jail together and were hung by the British together, but they were not at the Legislative Assembly together. There was Bhagat Singh is right, but there was somebody else. This is
There was a second person over there.
Chandrasekhar Azad.
I'm sorry, who?
Chandrasekhar Azad.
Also a good guess.
No, it's a good guess, but no.
Because he was mostly he did a lot of stuff with Bhagat Singh, but this is a slightly hard question. Yeah.
May I?
Yeah.
Yes.
May I? It was Batukeshwar Datta.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Absolutely correct. Well done, ma'am.
Yes, it was Batukeshwar Dutt, and Batukeshwar Dutt famously later was transferred to Kala Pani, and he was there later on. So yes, absolutely right. Batukeshwar Dutt and Bhagat Singh were arrested. They on purpose they got arrested. They went there to get arrested so that they could fight from jail. Very good. Next question. Let's see what we
Yes,
have.
moving on to the next question. This is a very simple one. Low ball, guys. Let's see. Where did Mahatma Gandhi launch the Dandi March from?
Sabarmati Ashram.
Sabarmati Ashram.
Sabarmati Ashram. Does everyone concur with this? Can have 2 thumbs up to this?
Yeah, they all.
Yeah, well done. Yes, Sabarmati Ashram is the correct answer. Right, he's launched the Dandi March from there, and to join him, there were many people who had joined him from there. And for the Dandi March, actually, there was Usha Mehta. Right, at a very young age, she actually was part of that march as well. Right. All right. Moving on to our next question. Right. Our next question. Again, a very simple question. Sanjana, this is all yours.
All right. Who is credited with writing our national anthem?
Rabindranath Tagore.
Rabindranath Tagore.
Rabindranath Tagore is absolutely right. Good job.
Well done. Okay. So these are all two simple questions, two slightly more difficult questions, two simpler questions. Now, this next question is going to test, next two questions is going to test history, right? Properly, political history, right? So the next question is, who was the first woman president of the Indian National Congress?
Dr. Kadambini Ganguly.
No, I think it's Mrs. Annie Besant.
Yeah, Annie.
Annie Besant.
Okay, you can discuss. You can discuss.
Annie Besant, I think. Given the year.
All right.
Yes, Annie Besant.
Okay, and the correct answer, you all are right, is Mrs. Annie Besant. Annie Besant is the correct answer. She was the first woman president of the Indian National Congress. Well
1917.
1917.
1917.
Yes. 1917.
Oh, wow.
That's super. We have more information. Trivia. Right. Lovely,
All
ma'am.
right,
Thank you so much for sharing
I
that.
just would like to add over here that we have in the audience Annapurna Das, ma'am, who's watching, who's the vice principal of Sheena Millennium School, and she's been cheering you on. So I just would like to say hi to her if you're watching. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Let's have the next question.
Our next question. Are you ready? Yes. Okay. Next question is,
Who led the Chittagong uprising? This is a slightly tougher one. Also, if you read Amar Chitrakatha, you would know this answer. But
I think it was Surya Sen, who was popularly known as Master Da.
Master the.
Master Da.
Master the
Wow.
Surya Sen.
You're absolutely right. Surya Sen is
Absolutely
actually
correct.
Master Da is also, that is extra points for that. But yeah, wow. Great job that he did lead the Chittagong uprising. It was an uprising that happened. Yeah, and we have a Rama Chitrakatha on him. So, all right. Should we do one more question? Do we have time for one more question before we head?
I think we can do two more questions.
All right, great. Let's do
Okay,
two more
and
questions.
we'll do one slightly more difficult question, and then we'll do a really easy question at the end.
Okay, great.
All right. Okay. Our next question is: in which novel of Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay was Vande Mataram first written?
It's
Anandamath.
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 Yes.
Anandamath, yes, absolutely correct. I thought it was a difficult question, but it is not a difficult question, especially for teachers. Well done, right? So that was super. Anandamath is the correct answer, right? And we go down to our last question for this lovely evening with all of y'all with a really tricky question, right? It is super tricky and it's super delicious. So, Sanjana, our last question.
Yes. What is India's national fruit?
It's mango.
Mango.
Are
Mango.
you sure? Mango.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Lock किया जाए.
100% lock किया
ये
जाए.
7 करोड़ के लिए ये क्वेश्चन है 7 करोड़ के लिए.
Absolutely lock किया जाए.
And you are absolutely correct.
Good job. Mango is our national fruit. And very good, well played. You guys, y'all were just phenomenal. Thank you so much. Next time we know for teachers, we are going to up the.
We're going to up the level of questions.
Absolutely. But thank you so much for joining us for this special segment, and happy Teachers Day to all of y'all.
And as a special gift for y'all being here with us, right, for us as a really, really special gift, thank you so much for being here and happy Teachers Day. And of course, like a huge debt of gratitude from all your, I mean, I'm sure your students feel it as well, but from me as well, for being teachers, for being passionate teachers for these many years. Thank you so much. And as part of our gratitude, there are two things which we would like to offer you all. One is the hard copy of Valiant Women of India. So each one of you all will be getting a physical copy of the book, right? As well as a 3-month subscription to the Amar Chitrakatha app, right? So you all will be getting a free 3-month subscription to the Amar Chitrakatha app as well. So thank you so much. Super well played, ma'ams. Right, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
It's
so
been a
much.
pleasure.
Thank you.
All right.
Excuse me. All right, thank you so much, ma'ams. And Sanjana, that was really fun, yeah?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, they knew all the answers.
Yeah, they did know all the answers, but even for a second when they looked confused, I was like, haha. And I was like, I wish we should make it standard practice to quiz teachers in schools.
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah.
I think we should have, whenever we do school quizzes, we should do at least one teacher quiz through that entire thing, right? We'll be on the opposite side of the questions. All right. So now for the thing that all of y'all have been waiting for, we have the audience quiz, right? So the audience quiz for all of y'all. Now, like all of y'all have been, I'm sure a lot of y'all have been playing quizzes with us for a while, right? All you need to do to play along with us is log into crowd.live, right? Log into crowd.live and type this code ENJEH. Fill in your details so that we can get in touch with you if you win. And we can start playing after that, right? There are going to be 10 questions, right? We'll be reading out the questions and we'll be reading out the answers. And the faster you answer correctly, not the faster you answer, generally faster you answer correctly, the more points you will get. And we will have a leaderboard which we will show every few questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's lots of excitement till the time y'all are joining in There is Aditya Rao who says Happy Teachers Day to all 4 of the teachers. And yeah, people are saying yay in the comments for the audience round. And
yeah. All right, so we have prizes. Let me tell you about the prizes while we are waiting for everyone to join. Prizes are very simple. We have 10 top winners, right? Out of the 10 top winners, we have one main top winner, and we have 9 other winners who are going to be there. So the main one winner will receive a hard copy of this book. This can be yours. Right. Remember to answer all the questions correctly. Remember to answer the questions fast. Right. So you will get a physical copy of the book. This is after a long time we are doing physical copy giveaways, right, Sanjana?
Yeah, after a really long time.
So we are doing a physical copy giveaway as well as all the 10 people, top 10 people. So the top one person will get the physical copy of Valiant Women of India, and the 10 people, including the first winner, will get a 3-month subscription to the app, right? So fill in all your details and get ready for the quiz.
Yeah, so we'll be starting very shortly. And so do we have, should we start? Do we have enough people?
I'm going to just check. Give me 1 second.
All right. Kiara Singh says start. And Amit Dere says good luck everyone. So
yeah, good luck everyone.
Yeah, good luck everyone.
Yeah.
We have 4 options.
We have about 44 players.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. Just a second. What I'm going to do is just give me 1 second. I'm going to stop my screen share and I'm going to start it again so that we have the updated, refreshed screen up for everyone's perusal. Right. Just give me 1 second. And share screen. And there. And woo! We're back. All right. So let us begin. Right. Guys and girls, I hope you'll have all logged in, right? Log in. Come on, people. Y'all can log in. We have 45 people who have joined, and I think let us begin our quiz. So,
okay.
Our quiz is starting in a countdown.
6.
All right, we are coming to our first question.
All right.
Sanjana?
Okay, so Sarojini Naidu gave up writing poems when she decided to completely dedicate herself to the freedom struggle. What was her final volume of poetry called? Broken Wings, Night's Roads, Flight of the Wings, or Trees in the Night? Which of these was her
is the correct answer? Was a final volume of poetry.
So,
Broken Wings, Night Roads, Flight of Wings, or Trees in the Night. There are 2 wing titles and 2 night titles. Come on, guys.
Anybody?
All right, and the time is up.
Okay,
right,
let's have
and
the right answer is. The right answer is Broken Wings.
Well done.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to our next question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our next question is, Aruna Asif Ali was known as the heroine of the Quit India movement. She also held another title. What was it? The Lady of Kranti Maidan, the Grand Flag Bearer of the Quit India movement, the Grand Old Lady of the Independence movement, or the Grand Fighter of Kranti Maidan?
Wow. They all
Tough
sound
question.
very,
yeah, they all sound
very like good names.
Yeah, like, and also, I mean, like you think that the thing is going to give you a clue, right? The picture is going to give you a clue, but actually it is a red herring, everyone.
Yeah.
The correct answer, Sanjana, would you like to give us the correct answer?
Yes, the correct answer
is
the Grand Old Lady of the Independence movement. If you said the Grand Flag Bearer of the Quit India movement, well, she did. do that.
She
She was
was.
the only one. So the thing is that she was the only one during the Kranti Maidan when they were gathering for a protest. She was the only one who was not arrested. All the major leaders were arrested, and she took it upon herself to make sure that the flag went flying. And yeah, it was, and she hoisted the flag. Okay, let's do the next question.
Okay. Let's go on to question number 3. Sanjana, this is your question. Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Question number 3.
A prominent satyagrahi, she worked for women's rights and founded the Andhra Mahila Sabha. Who was she? You have to recognize her. Who was she? Huda Devi, Rukmabai, Anandibai Joshi, or Durgabai Deshmukh? Who was
She founded the Andhra Mahila Sabha, right? So, who was this? And you can't, like, the answer cannot be she was a Mahila from Andhra. No, that is, while it might be true, that is not the correct answer. And the correct answer is
Durgabai Deshmukh.
Durgabai Deshmukh was a prominent satyagrahi, and she worked for women's rights. If you haven't heard of Durgabai Deshmukh, read this.
Yeah.
Right? All right. Let's move on to question number 4. After question number 5, we will take a look at the leaderboard. So, question number 4. Question number 4. Avanti Bai Lodhi was a queen who fought the British during the First War of Independence in 1857. She was the queen of which place? Was she the queen of Ateri in Himachal Pradesh, Ramgarh in Madhya Pradesh, Kota in Gujarat, or Konark in Orissa? Right? Some of you might be confused with one of the options because technically Kota is not in Gujarat. I think it's in Rajasthan. But
you don't know what it looked like when they were in the
we don't know. Yeah, exactly. The state lines were blurred at that point of time. The kingdoms were blurred at that time. So,
all right, give us the correct answer. What is it?
The correct answer is Ramgarh in Madhya Pradesh.
Yeah, so that's the correct answer. And on to our next question, and then we will look at the
look at the leaderboard.
Yeah, who's on our top 10.
All right, question number 5.
Identify this woman who became the first female governor of Maharashtra. Aruna Asif Ali, B. Jhalkari Bai, C. Vijayalakshmi Pandit, or D. Sarojini Naidu. Who is this?
You'll have a lot of time to answer. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Guys and girls.
As the time goes, your points reduce, so answer quickly. Great. And the correct answer for this is Vijayalakshmi Pandit. That's the correct answer. All right.
All right. So let's look at what is the leaderboards, right? Let's see what the leaderboard is looking like. And the leaderboard. Arush Luthra is at the top of the leaderboard with 373 points. So Arush, congratulations. You've gotten 5 out of the 5 questions that you asked till now. You've gotten all 5 correct. Akshara is in close second, and Shri Aravinda Anand Kumar is in a close third. Right. So guys, we still have 5 more questions to go. It's still anyone's game. Right, and top 10 people will receive 3-month subscriptions, and the top 1 person will also receive a physical copy of Valiant.
Yeah.
All right. Sanjana, would you like to take question number 6?
Yes, I will.
All right. We are moving on to question number 6, everyone. Get ready. And your question is?
Usha Mehta is known for running an underground radio during the freedom struggle. How old was she when she first participated in a freedom protest? Was she 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, or 12 years?
I almost gave out this answer, right? When we were talking to the teachers, I almost gave out this answer.
Yeah.
That she was really young.
Yeah. So the first protest that she went to, she was really small when she started going, and she did a lot uh, as a
She
kid.
eventually ran away from home to start the underground radio.
Yeah, she
Right?
ran. Her story is just, it's just
It's just
really
outstanding, man.
outstanding.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, she ran away from home. Her parents didn't know where she was until they heard her voice on the radio, and they said, "Oh, that's Usha's voice."
Yeah,
Right?
that's where she is, because she wanted to do something for her country, and that's what she did. So, yeah, the correct answer is she was 8 years. She was just 8.
Yeah, she was just 8 years old when she participated in her first freedom protest. Right. Please read all of these stories. I mean, it's a wonder how we don't know these stories. They're just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Moving on to question number 7. I'll take this one if you don't mind, Sanjana.
Yes, please do.
Question number 7. Identify this woman who Jawaharlal Nehru called the daughter of the hills. Was it A. Rani Abaka? Was it B. Rani Gaidenliu? Was it C. Rani Chennamma? Or was it D. Rani Avantibai? Daughter of the hills.
Yeah. Right. Let's see. And the correct answer is Rani Gaidenliu.
Yep. Rani Gaidenliu was also known as, well, she was called the daughter of the hills by Jawaharlal Nehru.
Yeah.
Right?
So she was.
Sanjana, can you tell us a little bit more about her?
Yeah, so she was from Manipur, and she fought the British, and her story again is really inspiring. We have
It
some things she fought. She in fact trained people in hand-to-hand combat. She took over a whole British, where they had all the soldiers were there. They all attacked it from the hills, and it was just like, her story is again very, very inspiring. She basically fought for her people and to keep their traditions alive, and
That's amazing. As I said, it's a wonder that we don't know these stories,
exactly.
right?
Honestly, I only heard these stories now that we worked on this comic and we put these stories together. But really, there are some truly inspiring stories out there, and I wish we knew them when we were in school. So
yeah, forget school. I wish I knew them in college. Like, I wish I knew them before I was like my age now, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But at least we know them now.
Yeah.
And hopefully there will be an entire generation that will grow up on these stories, right? And they will not be lost to history anymore.
Yeah.
Question number 8. After 8, we will take a look at the leaderboard once again. Yep. All right. Question number 8 to you, Sanjana.
Okay. So Kanaklata Bala became a member of the Mrityu Bahini when she was 17 years old. Is this partially true? The name is correct. The name is incorrect, sorry. Or is this partially true that the age is incorrect? Or is this completely false? Or is it absolutely true? So the Mrityu Bahini was known as the death squad. Essentially, they would divide themselves into a peace and a death squad. And the death squad would go ahead no matter what. And that is what it was.
And this answer is... This fact which has been stated on top is
absolutely true.
Absolutely true. Her name as well as her age when she joined the Mrityu Bahini is absolutely true. So
in fact, that's the bookmark I've got. If you all were looking, that's Kanaklata Barua, and she was just 17 when she was martyred. So, but they were...
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, so they marched in front to take over a police station and to mostly just hoist the flag over it. And it was just that. All right.
Let's look at the leaderboard once, right? So, the 1, 2, 3 have gotten a little this thing. We've gotten Akshara, who has come into first place at 501 points. Arush is with 447, and Abhimanyu has come in at 430 points. Right, well done. We still have 2 more questions to go. There are still points to be won. Right, so let's move on to question number 9. Question number 9 is Sanjana for you.
All right. Okay. So why did Jhalkari Bai disguise herself as Rani Lakshmi Bai on the battlefield? A, to prove her worth. B, because Rani Lakshmi Bai was ill. C, to provide Rani Lakshmi Bai with a safe escape, or because Rani Lakshmi Bai was fighting another battle and they needed two queens.
So
One here, one
even
there.
Jalkari Bai's story, I mean, we all know Rani Lakshmi Bai's story, right?
Yeah.
But Jalkari Bai's story also was a revelation, right? And the saddest part of Jalkari Bai's story, I mean, like with all of them, of course, but the saddest part is that for I think about 80 to 100 years, right? The story was lost.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Yeah,
I think in 1957 or 1960 or something, her story it's resurfaced, right? It was just some folklore which was there, which then historians actually found records of it.
Exactly, and again, truly inspiring. Like, and I love quoting Reena Puri, our editor, on this. She's like, when I was editing this, then I could hear like whistle and trumpets going out behind me because it was that inspiring. When she comes into the battlefield, you're like,
It's
you
crazy.
want to get up and say like whistle, because that's, and trumpets.
Yeah.
You can hear them happening.
And not just that, she escaped. She got caught by the British. She escaped the British. She got caught by the British. She escaped the British. She underwent questioning. It was like it's insane.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so the reason that she disguised herself, she was known to look very much like Rani Lakshmi Bai, and she was like her right hand woman, and she essentially helped Rani Lakshmi Bai escape so that she could fight another day, and she disbanded an entire contingent of British soldiers. So yeah.
So one of the famous to give that context, Sanjana, is the famous escape of Rani Lakshmi Bai, right? Where we have her with the child strapped onto her, and she escapes to Gwalior, I think.
Yeah.
I think, either she escapes to Gwalior or somewhere. The very famous British siege on Jhansi, where Rani Lakshmi Bai escapes to fight another day, right? The reason Rani Lakshmi Bai could escape is because Jalkari Bai disguised herself and took over the battlefield on that particular day.
Yeah. Okay, so now we are on to our
last question.
And we will have our winners then. So yours.
So the last question is, one of the major leaders of the first war of Indian independence, or the first Indian war of independence in 1857, Begum Hazrat Mahal, belonged to which princely state? Was it A, Hyderabad, B, Awadh, C, Gwalior, or D, Jammu? Right, so Begum Hazrat Mahal was one of the major leaders of the first Indian War of Independence, and she belonged to which princely state? So the correct answer for this is B, Awadh. Right, so she hailed from Awadh. Again, the thing is that with all the princely states and with all of these things happening, right? And of course, there is a lot of people who have contributed to the Indian freedom struggle from a variety of places, right? From across India, everyone coordinated. Finally, the coordination of everyone together is what caused us to get our independence in the first place, right? But we tend to sometimes forget. It's sad, but we sometimes tend to forget people from the not so famous wars or battles, right, from the first war of independence that happened, right? With Awadh being one, Gwalior being the other.
Yeah, absolutely. And they were all right.
Okay. So, moment of truth, everyone.
Let's see who is our big winner. Who's going to win this?
Oh, and our winner this time by just about 9 points. Right, with 602 points. In first place, we have Arush Luthra. Arush, congratulations to you. And Akshara, Shri Aravinda, and all the rest of y'all. Right, congratulations to all of y'all as well. Right, y'all played superbly well. But Arush, you're going to get a physical copy of Valiant Women of India. Right, so we'll be getting in touch with you for your address and all of those details. Right, so congratulations to all of y'all. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Right,
Yeah.
I mean, I know I learned when I read this. I learned a lot, right, about Indian history, about the Indian freedom struggle that I did not know. Right, and I think that is that's something that's crazy. We studied it for all our lives,
For all
right?
our
We
lives.
studied it in school for so long, right?
And we
And
learned so
we
much.
just don't know these stories.
So yeah, thank you so much for playing, everybody. Thank you, and congratulations to the top 10 people, and congratulations, Arush. And we shall see you again soon with something new. And until then, get this.
Until then, I'm going to play the video one last time before we leave, and we won't be there after that, right? But please go out and get your copy of Valiant Women. Right, go get a copy of Valiant Women of India. They've got 7 stories in them. I'm going to read out the 7 names of the Valiant women who are in here. We have Jalkari Bai, we have Kanaklata Barua, we have Aruna Asif Ali, we have Usha Mehta, we have Durga Bai Deshmukh, Sarojini Naidu, Vijay Lakshmi Pandit, and there are special pages. Right, so these are the 7 longer stories. Right, and then we have information pages and special pages on Rani Gaidanliu, Begum Hazrat Mahal, and Rani Avanti Bai Lodi as well. So go out there, get your copy of the book. Right, get a copy of the book, and if you already have the ACK app, please read it on the ACK app as well. Right, I mean, absolutely any way you can find yourself to find your way to the book, find your way to the book.
Yeah,
right.
And I just want to end with a huge shout out to Sanjia Amaika, who has done the cover for this book. One of our few women artists that we have. So yeah, yay.
All right, so the winner, Arush, you also get, besides having just the Valiant Women book, right, the hard copy of the book, you will also get a 1-year subscription to the Amar Chitra Katha app. Right, so you're also getting a 1-year subscription. So congratulations to Arush, and to the 10 people, to the 9 people besides Arush, you all will get a 3-month subscription to the Amar Chitra Katha. So congratulations to everyone, and have a valiant day, and happy Teachers' Day.
Happy Teachers' Day. Bye-bye.
Right, and we shall watch the Valiant Women video one last time, and then bye-bye.